this 28-day challenge, what are your goals? What do you want to achieve in your health? And every goal, it's important that you are specific towards what it is that you want. And we all have different goals, but they're all amazing goals in itself, you know? So with weight loss, we have blood work, we have lots of different types of things that we all want, which is fantastic. But what do you want? That's the most important thing, you know? Yeah, more energy. More energy is a big thing, right? Yeah. Sign me up for more energy. I would love that. Most definitely. Oh, sweet. What's up? Natalie is back. There you are. Lose some of that gut. Yeah. That holiday gut, that tire. They call it a tire. I think I've heard it called the flat tire, but it's not too flat. You know, so I don't understand that saying right there. Goals to drop 25 pounds and improve blood work. There we go. What's up, Maria? Great to see ya. That was not meant to rhyme, but it did. So that works.
Yes.
Yes. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Maria, we're just going around and we're just sharing what our health goal is coming into this challenge. What would you like to achieve? Maria's done a lot of amazing things already. What's next?
Hit my goal weight. That's probably really it. I'm gonna say that I'm pretty healthy when it comes to eating and exercise and stuff like that. So I think just kind of just really hankering down and hitting my goal weight.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And adding more of our supplements.
Oh, good. Yes, the whole regimen.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
How many pounds do you need to lose to hit your goal weight?
Well, technically, probably just 9, but I'm going for 14.
Wow, overshooting.
To have some play weight.
That's good. Play weight. I love that. I love that. That's a good idea right there. Hey, Alicia, great to see your face. Colleen, Carol, what's up? Karina. Hey, guys, we got a couple minutes on the clock. If you have a friend that you're inviting to the call, you don't see them on, shoot them a friendly reminder. We're having a fun day today. Kim almost joined the gym. Why almost? And Kim's doing an amazing movement challenge in her Wellness 360 group, by the way. So if you're not participating in that, she's challenging us every day to do a little bit of movement. So good idea. You want to lose 10 kilos and you will be super happy. Good. Yeah, Amanda's had an incredible transformation as well too. I hate public gyms. People are nasty. That's kind of true. You know, depends. You're not sure exactly what you're signing up for. I get it. Hey, Evelyn. Great to see you. Hope you're doing well. Miss you. Glad to see you again. Awesome. But yeah. Hey, guys, if you haven't put in the comments yet what your goals are for your health goals for this challenge, let us know in the comments. And we're going to set that intention before we go through our information today. It's going to be a wonderful night. Eva, great to see you as well, too. And welcome. We got a minute on the clock and we'll get things off the ground. Yeah, to feel better, right? Like there's so many things that we can achieve through this, but it's important that we do have some type of goal. And this way, you know what you're looking for, you know? So yeah, it's going to be one of our coaching tips. Have a goal, know what you're going for. It is good. 15 pounds. There we go. Lose 25 to 30 pounds by June. It's already done, Evelyn. That's simple. Let's go. Yeah, we got plenty of time on the clock right there. You know, you can pace yourself and it can be totally fine on this. Awesome. Teresa, hello. Welcome. Yes, gain your health back and lose 15 pounds. It's a good combination right there. Sweet. Good. All right.
I'm going to be a little slow starting out because I happen to have the flu right now.
No worries. Praying for speedy recovery. Not fun. I've been hearing a lot of people got sick over the holidays. So be careful if you are. And hey, this will be a good challenge to restore your health to fullness and everything, you know? So welcome. Hey, Gwen. What's up? Hey, Pia. What's going on? Loving the jacket. Great to see you. What's going on, everybody? Yes, it is cold, right? Or especially over there. Yeah. Let's see. And Pam, I got your message. I do. I'll give a recommendation on that. I got you. Good question. All right, everybody, let me go out there. I'm going to mute the lines here. So give me a second and we're going to have a fun time as we're kicking off today. But that also means I have to get off our nifty music. But here we go. All right. Hey, if you can hear me okay, give me a wave or throw 5 in the comments, whether you're live, like our cool Zoom room here. This is where the party's at. So I love seeing you guys all live. And I know we'll have people watching on replays as well too. So welcome wherever that you're at. And welcome to tonight. We're going to have a fun call because we are actually kicking off officially a 28-day health challenge, our Slender Rise challenge, or Skinny Drops challenge, where it's serious. There's $1,700 on the line, and I believe we're gonna have winners coming from those that are on this call today. That's all you're on. We're going to prepare you for success on those calls, right? There's also people here that maybe for the first time you're hearing about these skinny drops and you're like, what are these things? My friend's been talking about them. Maybe you've seen them on social media. So we're definitely going to describe to you what they are, and you have an opportunity to participate with us as well. And also we're going to have a special guest. We're going to be talking with the amazing Tabitha, who's going to share her story in just a little bit as well too. But take down some good notes, and we have a bunch of things that are going to go down. But let me share my slides here so you can take a look at this, and we're going to kick this off, and we're going to have a lot of fun. All right. So just so you guys know, so we're not complete strangers. If we haven't met before, I first got introduced to these drops around 8 years ago, something like that. And it was at a time when I was at a plateau. And maybe that's where you are right now. And we have different types of health goals, right? Pia now apparently wants a 6-pack. So she has my goal, which is awesome. Let's go. But maybe you don't want to get abs. Maybe you want to lose that last 15 pounds. Maybe you just want to feel better. Maybe you're a mom that just had children and you're feeling like not the same as before. Maybe you have some health challenges. Maybe there's some blood work things that are going on, right? But for all of us, we have where we are right now and where we want to get to. And for me, I was stuck. And to be honest, I love food. So I knew that it's like this tug of war. You know, does anyone else like food like me as well too? Like you work hard so you can enjoy. Awesome. That's why we're friends, you know? So I was about to give up on my goal until I heard about these drops. And I was super skeptical because let's face it, there's a lot of weird stuff out there. Who here's ever tried another diet or weight loss product before? I know, right? I just saw the faces around. It's like so many, right? And they all say the same thing. They say they're gonna like help you. They say they're gonna lose weight, and maybe you do a little bit, but then it's not sustainable. Did you know 98% of diets fail? People gain back the weight plus more at the end of it. So when I heard about these drops, so you could just take them under your tongue and you could lose some weight magically, I'm like, nah, come on, that's too good to be true. But I'm an open-minded skeptic. I'd encourage you to be that as well too. I looked at the science, I looked at everything. I'm like, it looks healthy, it looks good. I used it 25 days later. 40 days later, I lost 25 pounds. No exercise purposely, just to try it out. I lost 10% body fat. I got abs and it changed my life. And I started to realize the power of balancing your hormones. Hormones, I didn't know much, especially being a guy, but it's really the key about this program. And since then, we've helped transform thousands of lives around the world. In fact, with the challenge that we're going to talk about today, we have coached the most people to win these challenges because we figured out the secret sauce. We're going to share with you guys that tonight as well too. But if you're not familiar with the drops, it's from this brand called Partner Co. We're international in 50 plus different markets around the world. Even on this call, we have an international presence as well too. But the reason why I was really big on this and why I hope you can trust this as well too, is we don't just say they're good, but they're actually tested, proven, certified, third party, lots of tests, lots of clinical studies. Lots of smart people basically saying that this works so that you can be rest assured when you use this product or anything else from the Partner Co brand, they're safe, they're effective, and they will actually work. All right. You're not going to grow a third arm. You're going to have weird side effects. Like it's like doctor approved and everything, you know? So with that, we have a lot of products, but we're going to focus on just one today. It's kind of our superstar, these Slender Rise Skinny Drops. In fact, if you've used these before, put in the comments, what are some of the things that you've experienced, some of the results that you've had as well too. And what they are, is they're putting that in the chat, is there are 2 drops. You put them on your tongue 3 times a day. They've got ingredients in there that help support your metabolism. They help support your thyroid. They help you balance your hormones. They help you to curb your cravings. And as a byproduct, the average woman that uses them loses half a pound a day. That's like 15 pounds a month. The average man can lose up to 2/3 a pound a day. I know it's unfair. But I think God gave women more brains, so they gave men the ability to lose fat a little bit faster. So I don't know. I'll take the brains, but women are awesome, But no, women have a lot of hormonal stuff. They have their cycles and everything, so it's a little bit different. But it is impactful and it balances your body so that it can actually help you, right? Look at the chat: improved cholesterol, blood pressure, lost 25 pounds, more energy, lost cravings for sweets, lost 11 pounds, weight loss, off your HRT, hormone replacement therapy. Nothing I say today, by the way, is meant to cure, diagnose, or treat anything, but we're talking about real stories here, right? With a lifestyle shift, using the drops to be able to help you. And with that, here's a cool thing about hormones. This is actually in the new Slenderize booklet, by the way. It's super nice. But when we talk about hormone balance, we're talking about things like insulin. We're talking about things like cortisol. We're talking about things like ghrelin and leptin and many different types of things. So this truly targets the core of why we are not as healthy as we want to be, whether that's weight loss or blood pressure or things like that. When you go on this program, we are targeting that right away. And that's why our clients have had the most amazing success. I love this chart as well too, Lily. It just so much like describes this well. If you're used to the old manual, take a look at the new one and you're going to love it. This is what's in there, right? So don't take my word for it. We've had a lot of people that have actually successfully balanced their hormones and they've changed their lives. Fina, she's actually on vacay in India right now. I spoke with her today. She's out there in Australia. She had hypothyroidism. Hypothyroidism. I can't even pronounce that. Can you do that 5 times fast? Come on, Maria. You try. Hypo something. So she had a lot of issues with that. She was prescribed with medications. It is on the QR code on the new box. Pia asked, "Is the manual on the QR code on the new box?" Yes. And by the way, we're going to be having the manuals reprinted probably in the next month or so. So it's going to be good. And we'll also post this up into our Wellness 360 group as well. Yes, Pam, hypothyroidism. So she had that and she used the drops 4 months later. For whatever reason, her thyroid levels went back to normal. She got off the meds and she was able to lose 20 plus pounds, feel amazing. We have someone like Russell, who actually was one of our previous Slenderize Challenge winners. For all the guys out there, ladies, does your man or do you know a man that got that beer gut? It's like, it's bad when they say, "Hey, I can actually rest my can of beer on my belly." Like, that's funny, but it's not. It's like a lot of issues there. Russell lost 27 pounds in just 30 days, was able to kick his habit for smoking and actually get off his asthma meds. Why? Balancing the body. Once again, I'm not saying it's the drops that did it. It's a whole changes that happens, but it's amazing to see what happens when you fill your body with the right stuff. The coffee table, exactly, So, but I want to bring up our special guest today, Tabitha, who has had an incredible transformation hormonally, skin, everything. We're talking about hormone health here. Tabitha, can you hear us all right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Awesome. All right. So Tabitha, for those of us that don't know you, I know I'm flashing your pictures here. What were some of the things that you were struggling with when it came to your health?
Oh my goodness. My health was a roller coaster, like up and down. I have 2 kids, so that had a lot to do with the weight. Like it fluctuated all the time. And then learning that I have PCOS, which was like a year and a half ago that I was diagnosed. And like it was kind of a shocker to me because I didn't think you could get it after having children. Like that was just like my mindset.
Yeah.
But looking back on all the symptoms that I was having, it makes a lot of sense. And to know, like, it sucks to have PCOS, but to know what I have, I can kind of target those issues. And I will say that I haven't really been able to target them until the drops. So it, like my acne, the PCOS, inflammation, like it's just, those are a lot of health issues that I was struggling with.
That's a huge thing. If you guys aren't familiar with PCOS, it's polycystic ovarian syndrome. It's a hormonal issue that goes on and it affects actually 10% of women. I don't know if you guys are aware of that or not. And you can try all types of things. Basically, it's hard to lose weight. There's a lot of issues that happen with the hormonal imbalance. But Tabitha, you started to use the drops here. And what the drops was what interested you about this? Because you've seen and tried a lot of different things as well too. What about this was interesting to you?
You know what? I don't know if Talia's on tonight, but she's the one that introduced me to the drops. And I was kind of like skeptical on it because I had tried so many different things from, my birth control being changed to trying different products on my own, other weight loss products. So I was like, you know what? I'll give it a shot. I'll see where this takes me.
Mm.
So it was just, I don't know. I got the drops and like started seeing a lot of results with other things. Like in the picture, you can see my skin, the difference between my skin. And that was about like a month's difference. I started with a new skincare regimen, which skincare takes about 3 to 6 months to really kick in.
Mm.
So it did reduce a lot, but then starting the skinny drops, that was one of the first things like I really did notice.
Wow.
And then the pictures, my before and after, I think that was about 7 pounds that I had dropped.
Wow.
And
And how long was that in?
how long did it take?
Yeah.
That was my first week on the drops.
7 pounds in 7 days.
Yeah. And
Wow.
then like all the holiday eating, I gained 11 pounds.
Yeah.
So I got to 233 pounds. And then I started the drops again right after Christmas. So literally the next day, the 26th.
Yeah.
And I've dropped 2 more pounds since then. So I've dropped a total of 9 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations. And I know it's a little bit when you know that you have the power of these drops, you have to be careful about it. In the great words of Peter Parker's uncle, Uncle Ben in Spider-Man, he says, with great power comes great responsibility. So when you know you got the hacks, sometimes it's you splurge a little bit. You're like, it's okay. I got this down. So appreciate the transparency, Tabitha. It's such a big deal, especially going from someone that experienced PCOS where nothing works to actually be able to get to where you're at right now. We are so proud of you. And thank you so much for sharing your story. Let's give Tabitha a big round of applause.
Thank you.
Thank you. Absolutely. So if you've been in a place where you're like Tabitha, you're like, is this really different? Can it actually work? Give it a shot. Give it a shot. I've heard this story over and over again where people are like, I've tried everything, nothing works until I tried these drops. Why? It's just different. It's just absolutely different. So with that said, if you're interested in grabbing a set of the drops, contact your friend that connected you to this call. Normally they're around 190 out the door, but typically we buy them in bulk. We'll give you a discount, and they're just 150 typically as well. So definitely connect them back to that. So with that, I'm curious because there might be some people here too. If there were a way, no worries, Maria, we got you. If there were a way to even get this paid for, who here would be open to hearing how that might work? Like, give me a wave or put a 1 in the comments below if that sounds interesting. Because if you're interested and maybe you're thinking about doing a couple of months of this and you're thinking, how do I get a discount? There's a really simple way. I'll just go over it really quick. We actually offer a very simple partnership with the company. It's one-time, lifetime, $30. You get access to a back office. You get access to a referral program here. And it's very common that people start using this. And after they get some results, they start sharing their journey. And people are like, man, what are you doing? Who here knows at least one person that wants to lose some weight or feel better? Yeah, we know a lot of people, especially at this time of a year. So you might want to consider partnering. There's a popular way you get a membership and then you get this pack for a wholesale. Instead of getting each set of drops for 150, when you get this pack, a 4-pack, each one is just $100. In fact, if you share 3 of them with others, you get your set paid for. So this is a very popular option to do. You might want to consider that. Or some of you, like Pia, for example, who she had an amazing transformation story and she posted her photo and people are like, where do I get this thing? You might want to get a 10-pack because you get them for cheaper. And actually, you'll make an extra like $500 if you're able to share all those as well too, right? So if you're into the partnership side, get back with a friend if you want more details, or if you just want to try the drops by itself, definitely get back to them as well too, and we'll go from there. All right. So with that said, how many drops of each? You get 1 month supply for each set of drops, Maria. You get actually, when you get a box, you get one of these together 1 month. You get them in this cool box and you can feel nice and sexy and healthy and everything. So anywho, with that said, who here is excited for your next transformation on these drops, right? Give me a wave or put a me in the comments below. Definitely participate with us because if you join today, if you're not yet already, then today we launch a 28-day transformation challenge. We don't do these often, but when we do, it's the right time to do it because you can join in with all of us crazy people. You're gonna have a ton of support, a ton of encouragement. You can go out there and you can actually register today. In fact, if you've already submitted your before photos and everything, put a me in the comments below. Today's the day that as long as you're on the drops, and even if you order today, you don't get it for a couple of days, you can still join in on the challenge anyway. And you actually still have good odds of winning, or at least bettering your health and everything, right? So be sure to grab that. Yeah, I was just talking to my friend Alicia. She just submitted her pictures right before this. I did have a question. Some people were saying, hey, I try to submit my photos here. And on photos, by the way, I know it's scary. I know it's like, oh, I don't want to take them. Just so you know, you don't have to, like, we won't post them if you don't want to post them, right? We won't post your before and after, your before photos, if you don't have great afters, if you don't want to share both. But you're going to want before photos if you have amazing after photos. So just imagine that to happen, you know, but no one's going to have it. The company has it. We actually don't even see. Unless you win, the company will not share your photos. All right. So other than that, it's not like people are like blackmailing you on the side. Like, hey, I got your photos out. Don't worry about that, right? So you can submit your photos here. And if you're having trouble with the sizing of the photo, then you can do one of two things. Number one, you can crop your photo. Apparently, it's like a certain resolution it can help out with. Or you can look up something like an image resizer. Just Google image resizer. And I'll drop this one in the chat. You can take your photo and it's very simple. You plug it in there and then they can help you just like decrease the size of the photo so you can actually be able to use that. All right. So with that said, let me now shift into a coaching session. Like I mentioned in the beginning, we've coached the most people to win in these challenges. All right. And it's because we have a secret sauce. We know the right things to do that'll help you get the best odds of winning. Yeah. But more importantly, getting you to the health that you want to get to. So I'd encourage you first, like, of course, we all want to win, but the reality is there's only going to be so many winners. Be in it to win it. But the big win is you making progress on your health. The big win is you taking charge. Right? So you feeling better about yourself, you getting to that next level, right? So how do we do that? If you're not yet in our Wellness 360 group, you want to get into this because we actually have a whole section. If you go to the guides, we literally filmed our entire coaching program. And we were debating if we were charged for this. We could sell this for thousands of dollars because it's that good. But if you go into, we decided to give it for free for those in our community. If you go into guide 8 in our Wellness 360 group, we actually have, like, if you like information being equipped, we have 8 videos that you can watch, like 15 minutes each, something like that. And if you walk out of that, you will be so equipped with health knowledge and how to take charge of your own health, but also to help other people. You will be amazed at what you're going to learn. But today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play an excerpt from the first video to be able to set you guys up for success. All right. This was done by both me and Becky in this one, my wife. So take some good notes on this. I'm just going to play a portion. And after that, if you have any questions, by the way, feel free to put them into the comments below as well. But let me know if you can hear this as I play this.
Next, I want to go over a little bit of some of the tools that we have for you. So if you're not yet a part of a Wellness 360 community, make sure you're a part of it. Our Wellness 360 is a private Facebook group for our clients and people that are interested in bettering their health. And there's a lot of tools. So I want to show you really quick. There's a couple of things that are super helpful. So number one is the guides. I'll go over a little bit more later, but the guides, you'll find a lot of tips and tricks in the product information. And then there's a featured section. The featured section is kind of like where our announcements are. And then you also have a media section. It's a little different on your phone, but on a desktop version, when you click on media, you can actually go into the album section. And there's a lot of recipes for drinks and food and desserts. So there's a lot of recipes if you're ever out of idea of how to eat, and every single recipe on there is Slenderize approved. So you can still lose fat. Some of them, literally, you'll be looking at the recipe like, that's actually healthy. Like, are you sure I'm going to lose weight if I eat this? And the answer is yes. Literally every single recipe we have in there will still help you with fat loss. And the last thing I want to point you to is the topics in this group. So it's typically, if you expand your window on the right side of the Facebook group, once you're in it, there's many topics that we grouped, kind of like information we feel would be helpful. So that's setting up, making sure you know where to find your tools. And like I mentioned, I want to go over a little bit about the guide and what we have planned for you. So if you can go to the next slide, we have in our Wellness 360 Guide 1. And if you've been doing this program, you already know this is here. We have a section called Transformation Prep Week Resources. So these are literally things that you should be doing before you start officially on Tuesday to prepare you and get ready. And we have a ton of cool information here that will help you. For example, where to grocery shop, right? Like, how do we find things? Like, what are some of the tools that you might want? Like, you probably want a scale if you want to know how much weight if you want to win the challenge, right? Because if you don't know how much weight you lost, you can't really measure, right? And we also have Lily and Pam did a really cool product opening video. Like if you have more than just the drops and you want to know how to use it all together, we have a video for that, but also an image of an example schedule that you can use as well. And make sure you know where to find this. This is just in Guide and Guide 1. It's right there when you click on it.
The reason why you're going to have long-lasting results is that you're informed, is that you're educated, is that you know why things are happening. Here's, after coaching thousands of people, we've noticed 5 big things that people do off, okay? So number 1, most people don't get the weight loss or health goals that they're looking for because actually they're eating way too little calories. They're starving themselves and they're actually not doing the things that are right. So number 2, they're not getting enough protein. One of the big parts and principles of this program is getting protein in your body. Did you know that every single part of your body, every single cell in your body, if you want a healthy body, you need healthy cells, every single cell requires protein, not just muscle. Your eyes need cells, your bones are cells, or everything cells. So another big thing is most people are not getting enough protein. In fact, if I were to ask the average person, how much protein do you get in a day? You know the response we get? I have no idea. A lot, a little? We're going to teach you that. After that, another big pitfall is people think that if they eat low fat or quote unquote diet foods, that's healthy for them. But the irony is a lot of these foods actually are contributing to worse health issues and not helping them lose fat. We're going to learn these things.
Yeah. And did you know that, for instance, 1 cup of low-fat fruit-flavored yogurt, you've all seen that, and they're typically the breakfast at a hotel. I never touch them anymore because I learned it contains like a whooping 47 grams of sugar. So rather than making you full after eating these low-fat products, you're actually going to be hungry and end up eating way more.
That's like more than a can of Coke. That's intense. Wow. I actually didn't know that. And number 4, not reading labels. All right, we're going to teach you to be one of those weird label readers, guys. Okay, but weird people are cool. You're going to be cool here. And number 5, only looking at the number on the scale. One thing I want to make sure you're aware of is everybody is different. And the number on the scale fluctuates. The number of scales, for some, it'll fall faster. For some, it'll look like it's never moving. And I want you to understand, we're going to track other parts of your health to make sure that you know that you're making progress. And I just want to let you know, our bodies did not get to where they are overnight. And for some of us, there's some things going on there that we might take some more time to be able to break through. But once you know what to do, it is inevitable that the health goals, the weight goals, the things that you want will get done. But just know that the numbers on a scale are one metric, but it's not everything. I hope that makes sense right there.
And especially for women too, because of our hormone changes, it actually leads to water retention. Also, if you're working out, you're building more muscles. You might not see that on the scale, but you're losing inches, for example.
So here's one thing. This is one thing that totally checked me. In my story, I was a chubby kid, and then I wanted to get fit for the ladies. I started eating healthy food, eating oatmeal all day. One of my staple breakfast items was toasted wheat bread, because wheat's better than white, with peanut butter, because that's high in protein and really good for you, and banana. And I'm like, why am I not losing fat? Well, what I started to realize was there are things that are considered quote unquote healthy that might have some health benefits, But a lot of these foods that many of us think are healthy, I mean, look at the right side here, are actually things that are helping you store fat, not burn fat. So we're going to show you some of these common things there. I'm sure we've all fallen victim to thinking that some of these are very, very healthy. They're really not the best when it comes to burning fat. We're also going to show you foods to eat that help you to burn fat, things like greens and berries. We have things like a pure and air shake, eggs, coconut oil, actually a lot of meat. A misnomer people have, misunderstanding is, man, if I eat too much meat, I'm going to get fat and I'm going to be super unhealthy. Not true. Not true. You're going to learn a lot of different concepts. For some of you, it's going to challenge your mentality on food. You're going to be like, what? But just trust us. We've done this many times and people have got vibrant health and amazing weight loss results as well too. Here's 3 rules. After coaching all these people, if you follow these 3 rules the best of your ability every day, you're guaranteed results. This is the #1 thing we've seen, that when somebody is not getting the results they want, they're breaking one of these laws. It's not just about what you can't eat. You're going to see all the amazing food, basically all types of meats, all types of chickens, all types of fish, beans, lentils, a lot of cool things that you could do on there. You want to make sure the foods that you're eating are on this list. Okay. Lots of veggies, some fruits, healthy fats. Basically avoid the processed junk, a lot of the sugary stuff, a lot of the really, really dry carb types of things. You're going to be nourished. #2, hit your protein count daily. The #1 thing that we've seen is people don't even know what it is. We'll show you in the guides to actually how to calculate that. You're going to want to know what to aim for. And there's many different ways to get protein. One favorite way to get it in a healthy way is we have a vegan protein shake that tastes delicious called Pure Nourish. If you haven't tried that yet, I highly recommend it. Like, I've had one of those. Becky has it in her hand right now. Great on the go, clean protein, simple to use and everything. But that's something to consider as well. And the last part is this: drink enough filtered water every day. Drink enough filtered water. We recommend at least 10 times 8 ounces of glass of water, 80 ounces of water. The more the better, to be honest. I aim for a gallon or more a day. And for some of you, to be honest, in the beginning, you're going to feel like you're going to be using the bathroom a lot, but that's a good thing. Did you know that the way that the fat is actually lost through this system, through the slenderized system, is through your urine? Quick story. I had a client and she was doing all the things, eating all the right foods, and she was stuck at a weight loss plateau. So we started to troubleshoot and we're like, you should drink more water. She wasn't drinking enough. She drank more water. Next day, she dropped 4 pounds and she broke her plateau. So aim at least like 80 ounces of water, each to each their own, but I aim for a gallon or something. Something we recommend, actually, if you want filtered water, I like that. I bring this everywhere. It's one of our purity water filters. It can literally filter anything in the world. It's the cleanest water in the world. So this way you're not getting any extra junk in your water that you're not wanting right there. So if you want to win, what you track is going to change. So #1, it's important because you're just going to be more likely to reach your goals if you're tracking it. #2, it also keeps you accountable. #3, it helps you show the differences you made. You know, we live in our bodies every single day and we don't notice the changes, but when you actually measure and track, you're like, wow, it helps you get those little victories to get you motivated to continue on. And #4, it reminds you of how far you've come. Super important. So let me give some general tips for different types of health goals. Some of us here, you're not exactly looking to lose a bunch of weight. You're trying to get cut, lean, chiseled, buff, whatever it is that you want to be, slender maybe. So if that's your goal and you're in what's called like a lean and mean category, here's a couple things that you're going to want to document. #1, products used. #2, you're going to want to have before and after photos. We'll talk about how to take those in just a little bit. You're also going to want to track your stats. There's actually a scale that we recommend called the Renfo scale in guide 1. And that'll actually track things like muscle percentage and stuff like that. We want to track muscle gains. If you measure yourself, those are great. Body fat percentage and number of pounds lost. And even things like if you're working out, then you're going to want to track your strength with that. Maybe you're running and you're faster. Maybe you're lifting and you're stronger. Maybe you're dancing and you're more endurance, whatever that is. So that's for lean and mean. Weight loss. If you want to lose over 15 pounds, this is what you want to do. Products used, document that. Before and after photos for sure. Stats for sure, the number of pounds that you've lost and body fat percentage. We'd also track inches. Many times people aren't losing, they're losing weight, but they're actually really losing a ton of inches, a lot. So in Wellness 360 in the guides, once again, we'll show you how to do all those and other health improvements. And lastly, there's also some of us here that you're not necessarily looking for a physique thing. You're not looking to lose weight, but you just want health to be better. You want better energy, you have some health concerns, you have some things that you want to turn around. things here to consider besides product used. You might want to consider doing some lab work. Lily Lou, one of our other health coaches, she actually just went through a health transformation herself. She documented her blood work. And when she was going through her transformation, her blood levels went from horrible to amazing. So if you have the ability to do some blood work and that's one of your concerns, I absolutely consider go to the doctor, do a blood work. It'd be so cool to be able to track and track all your other changes, things like skin, your sleep, your gut health, hormonal balance, pain, illnesses. These are all different things that you can go out there and track. So I hope that makes sense. Basically, think to yourself, whatever I want to change and get better, track it. And the more you track, the better odds you're going to have. You're going to want in the future self to be like, look at where I started and look at where I am now. So go and begin with the end in mind and be intentional about that. Be proud about your body. So you're going to be in the next evolution of where you're at. So here's some tips on how to take good photos. Take a look at it once again in guide 1, but it's all about consistency. So there's a couple poses you can see on the bottom here. You're going to want to have different angles. You want pictures that are hater proof, meaning, have you ever seen some transformation photos on the web before? And you're like, they photoshopped that. That's not even the same person. They're sucking in there. You want photos that are so good, they're hater proof. How do you make it good? Make it consistent. Consistent angles, consistent background, consistent clothing, wear the same thing before and after, consistent angle. Look at this photo here. We've seen some people that lost 20 pounds in 30 days. They would have won a transformation challenge, but they literally had different poses. We're like, you can't even measure that.
You can't compare your left side with your right side.
Just measure them together. I know some of us are not the most camera friendly, savvy people. You don't have to be, just look with your eyes because you can tell. I'm sure we can all tell that this and this are different angles.
Specifically, all you need is a front pose and a side pose and a scale photo. But what we would recommend is you track all of it because you don't know. What if your side flex looks better? And what if your back flex looks better? So do all these poses we recommended. So a front one, a front flex, a side flex, a back and a back flex. And if you're an overachiever, do both sides, left and right. And it honestly doesn't take that long because all you have to do is remember, okay, pick a white wall or a door with nothing on it. So it's a plain background. Remember where you stood and put your phone in front of your face. So it's the same angle all the time. And every time you can take it within a minute.
And you might want to double check them with someone. If you don't trust your camera skills, just send them to someone, send to one of us, whoever. Just like, are these good? It's good to double check if you're not familiar with that. Also, if you're doing measurements, if you're tracking your inches, here's some tips. You can read through these on how to do it properly because you want to be consistent with your measurements. So take a look at that. And it's a really cool thing to track, whether it's your chest, your waist, your hips, thighs, and arms. You basically want a consistent place to track. When I got my best transformation, I followed all these tips. But you know what helped keep me accountable is I took it one step further. It's one thing to follow these. It's another thing to be the one accountable to others to follow these too. So what I did to put myself in a corner, honestly, to make sure I was accountable, is I brought a couple people together with me. I brought some friends of mine and I'm like, guys, we got to do this thing together. And I got 4 other people. Everybody in that group ended up losing at least 20 pounds in that period. We had one of them lose 3 pounds in 48 days. And that's when I lost 25 pounds in 40 days. And it really was because I got what's called a clinical pack. I followed these steps to the T, and I put myself in an accountability position where it was, if I wasn't leading this group and showing them by example, then I wasn't being a good guide. So for some of us here, I want to challenge you. People are looking for transformation right now. If you want your best results and you want to be able to bless other people too, I'm telling you, if people are going to do something to try to lose weight or get healthy, they better pick this because this will ensure them the best result that there are. All right. So, hey, throw in the comments, put a 10 in the comments if that was cool. You got some good information from that. Remember, all of these and more are found in our Wellness 360 group. You can find them in Guide 8. And if you got some extra time, like while you're washing dishes or something, plug it in. Take a look at that. What you don't know won't help you, but we have that plus so much more. Like I'm telling you, you're going to be a superstar once you take a look at that, you know. But way to go. I see Gwen, she said that she's doing this with 10 other people. Like that's the way to do this, right? And if you think, well, is it too late for someone to join? No, they can join and they can just join in a little bit later. So don't worry about that. But with that said, guys, after everything is said and done, hey, if you're not yet a part of our challenge, come join us. Talk to your friend right after this. Talk about the way that you want to get started with us, whether it's a set of drops or whether it's getting one of the other packages as well. If you're not in our Wellness 360 group, definitely make sure to join that. Becky just dropped it into the chat as well. We have this plus so many other amazing resources there and a great community so we can support each other on this. And also, last but not least, if you are at all interested and you thought, man, I know people that can benefit from this. I'd be interested, not just a way to get them paid for, but maybe you're looking for a fun way to be able to bless others and have a fun side hustle. A lot of people decide to partner with us because they're like, wow, I love this. I love helping people. And if I can get paid for it, why not do that as well too? Tomorrow night, I have a special call, same time, same place, but it's going to be talking about the business aspect of this, how to make money from your phone using something like this. Diane Odom's on that call. She's a retired registered nurse. She was able to retire from nursing and retire into well care. So she's going to be sharing her story. We're going to tell you exactly what to do. I'm going to give you some assignments on things to do right then and there. All right, everyone. But other than that, super excited to have you guys on here. We're excited to transform together. The winners of the challenge are going to come from this group because you guys are investing in yourself and you guys are following the program. But other than that, if you have anything else that you need help with, talk to your friend right after this. Comment into the group in Wellness 360. Us and the moderators, we will help you. But our goal is let's better our best. Let's make sure that you can make amazing progress in your health this year. And let's be an inspiration to everyone else. All right, everyone. Other than that, feel free to unmute yourself and have a great evening. Bye, everyone.
Good night.
Bye.